the Prophet Muhammad's blueprint for wealth, how Islamic finance built civilizations, and how it can build your wealth. Today, at its peak, the Islamic world controlled over 75% of global trade routes. From the Silk Road to the spice markets of the Indian Ocean, Muslim merchants didn't just participate in the global economy, they ran it. And at the foundation of all of it was a single financial system, built not on Wall Street, but on the words and example of one man. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Today I want to take you from 7th century Medina to 21st century finance, and show you that the principles the Prophet established over 1,400 years ago are not just spiritually sound, they are economically superior, and this generation needs them more than ever. Here is a contradiction that should bother every Muslim who cares about wealth. The Islamic world once produced the most sophisticated financial system on earth. The concept of the check, the sak, came from Muslim traders who needed to transfer funds across continents without carrying gold. The idea of a joint stock company has roots in the Mudarabah partnership model used by the companions of the Prophet. The Waqf, the Islamic endowment, was the world's first institutional philanthropy structure, funding hospitals, universities, and infrastructure for centuries. Muslim civilization built Baghdad, funded the House of Wisdom, and bankrolled trade networks stretching from Morocco to China. This was not accidental. It was the direct fruit of a financial theology. And yet today, we are largely absent from the wealth conversation. We are borrowers, not lenders. Employees, not owners. Consumers of a system built by others, while sitting on a 1,400-year-old playbook that once shaped global commerce. What happened? Part of it is colonial history. Part of it is the slow erosion of Islamic financial literacy across generations. And part of it, honestly, is that we have disconnected the deen from the dunya in a way the Prophet, peace be upon him, never intended. The Prophet didn't separate spirituality from economics. For him, how you earned, how you spent, how you gave, and how you partnered were all acts of worship. The moment we stripped the spiritual framework out of our financial lives, we lost the competitive edge the Islamic world had maintained for 1,000 years. That edge is still available to us, and today we are going to reclaim it. Let's look at the financial architecture the Prophet, peace be upon him, actually built, because it was far more sophisticated than most people realize. The Prophet arrived in Medina to find a community crippled by exploitative debt. Moneylenders practicing riba held entire families in perpetual financial bondage through compounding interest. The Prophet didn't just prohibit riba morally, he replaced it with an entire alternative system. He institutionalized Mudarabah, profit-sharing partnerships where one party provides capital and the other provides labor, with both sharing risk and reward. He formalized Musharakah, equity-based joint ventures. He established the Waqf as a vehicle for perpetual charitable endowment. He made Zakat a mandatory wealth circulation mechanism so that capital never concentrated and stagnated. And he grounded all of it in a principle modern economists are only now beginning to fully appreciate, that money must be tied to real economic activity, not paper speculation. This is not primitive. This is prophetic. In 2008, when the global financial system nearly collapsed under the weight of speculative, debt-based instruments completely detached from real assets, Islamic banks largely survived. Not by accident, because the Prophet's prohibition of gharar, excessive uncertainty and speculation, had kept their balance sheets tied to tangible economic value. Islamic finance today is a $3.5 trillion global industry. The world is slowly rediscovering what the Prophet already knew. Debt-based, speculative financial systems are inherently fragile. Asset-backed, equity-based, ethical systems endure. This is the legacy we inherited. The question is whether this generation is going to use it. Here are 5 principles from the Prophet's financial model, and exactly what they mean for your wealth right now. Principle 1. Tie your wealth to real value, not speculation. The Prophet prohibited riba and gharar, interest and excessive speculation. Modern translation: stop chasing pumps, meme stocks, and get-rich schemes. Build businesses. Buy real assets. Invest in productive enterprises. The Islamic model is equity first, not debt first. Own things. Create things. Produce things. Wealth backed by real value survives market crashes. Speculative wealth evaporates in them. Principle 2. Use partnership structures to multiply capital. Mudarabah and Musharakah are the Islamic answer to venture capital and private equity. The Prophet himself participated in a Mudarabah arrangement with Khadija radiallahu anha before their marriage. She provided capital. He provided expertise. Profits were shared. Loss was shared. No guaranteed interest. No exploitation. If you have skill but no capital, find a capital partner. If you have capital but need expertise, fund someone else's skill. Structure every deal around shared risk and shared reward. This is how the companions built commercial empires across 3 continents. Principle 3. Build Waqf-like structures for generational wealth. The Waqf was a permanent endowment whose principle could never be spent, only its returns. This is the Islamic model for generational wealth. Modern equivalent: build assets that produce income without being consumed. Rental properties, equity in businesses, dividend-generating investments. The goal isn't just to build wealth for yourself, it's to build a structure that serves your children, your community, and your ummah, long after you are gone. Think like an institution, not a paycheck. Principle 4. Make giving your first financial obligation, not your last. Most people think about giving after they've secured everything else. The Islamic model inverts this. Zakat comes first, not as a burden, but as a purification that unlocks barakah in what remains. Economically, mandatory wealth circulation prevents the consolidation that brings financial systems down. Spiritually, it keeps your heart free from the love of money that corrupts every decision it touches. Give first. Grow from what remains. Principle 5. Your reputation is your most valuable financial asset. Al-Amin, the trustworthy. That was the Prophet's title before any revelation, earned entirely through how he conducted business. In the Islamic commercial tradition, your word was your bond. Contracts were sealed by character. In today's world of online reviews, social proof, and instant reputation damage, this principle has never been more financially powerful. Be the person known for honesty in every transaction. That reputation will open doors no marketing budget can buy. 5 principles. Real assets over speculation. Equity partnership over debt. Generational structures over short-term gains. Giving first. Reputation above everything. This is the operating system that built the greatest commercial civilization in medieval history. And it is fully available to this generation. 3 steps to start this week. Step 1. Learn one Islamic finance structure this month. Mudarabah, Musharakah, or Waqf. Understand it deeply enough to explain it to someone else. Financial literacy is the starting point of financial freedom. Step 2. Audit one financial decision you are currently making through a purely conventional lens, a savings account, a mortgage, an investment, and research the halal alternative. Islamic finance is a $3.5 trillion industry and growing. The options exist. You just have to look. Step 3. Write down one asset you want to build in the next 3 years, not just for income, but for legacy. Something your children or your community will benefit from long after you. Think generationally.
Think like a companion of the Prophet, not like someone chasing next month's paycheck. The Prophet, peace be upon him, didn't just teach us how to pray. He taught us how to build, how to trade, how to partner, how to give, how to create systems that outlast us. The financial decline of the Muslim world didn't happen because the principles failed. It happened because we abandoned them. It is time to rebuild. Subscribe to AL-IKHLAS Wealth TV for more content at the intersection of Islamic history and modern wealth building. Drop a comment with the principle that resonated most. I read every single one. Until next time, build with purpose, give with sincerity, and let your wealth be a legacy, not just a number. Assalamu alaikum.